So I was told by the owner that this Echo string trimmer was ran on engineered fuel from a can. And although I don't use it myself, I typically recommend it, that way you don't have to worry about mixing fuel. However, by the way this one is acting, I'm beginning to think, just maybe, someone's not being truthful here. In today's video, we're going to be taking a second look at this Echo string trimmer. And the problem is that I was told that it's tough to start despite only using good fuel. But of course, those are their words and we'll have to see for ourselves before we agree with them. So I do have some history with this trimmer, and that's because I sold it to the person a couple of years ago. The strange part is I have absolutely zero records on this machine, so I can only assume that it didn't need any kind of repair. That means when I sold it to them, it was starting and running just like it should be. And to help keep it that way and for ease of use, I recommended using canned fuel, which can be expensive, but I think it's worth it. There are some issues that can come up when using engineered fuels, but seeing how it's been a couple of years since then, they would have seen problems way before now. And unfortunately, there was no fuel left in the tank, which would have been great to examine. And that's because bad fuel would be a good reason for it to be tough to start. Another reason would be if the engine was worn out because of damage. However, after pulling on the rope, the engine is fighting back quite a lot, so it's not damaged. Yet another reason for a hard start would be an air filter that's blocked with oil or fuel. So this one is kind of rough, however it's not wet with oil or fuel, so it should work, but a replacement would be nice. Next, we'll check to make sure that I can still start and run after putting fuel into the carb. Luckily for us, it started and ran for a surprisingly long time. That gives us a lot of hope that if we put fuel into the tank that it might start and run. The only thing that I don't like is that I'll be using my own fuel and not theirs. Because if their fuel is the problem, then this test might not be useful. So I'm not sure what kind of problem they were having because this trimmer is running just fine. So if it's running well, what's the plan for it then? Well, I guess while I have it here, I might as well fix the problems I do see with it. And the biggest problems right now are the fuel lines and the fuel tank grommet. If you lay the trimmer on its side, you'll notice that fuel is leaking from that area. The strange part is that there was no leak here when I sold it to them years ago. So how did this happen then? Well, the best answer I can give you is that I don't believe they were using canned fuel, at least from the beginning. If they started off using ethanol gasoline and also practiced poor storage methods, this is typically the result. I then believe at some point they switched over to canned fuel, but by then it was already too late. And after taking off the old fuel lines and then taking off the old fuel filter and the tank vent, we'll then install the new fuel lines. Of course, you can use whatever fuel lines you want to, but I find these yellow ones to work well. The line size I'm using is 3/16 of an inch, and that is outside diameter, but yours might be different, so check it before you order. The first line I ran will be for the fuel filter, and it'll be the longest one. And it needs to be long enough to be able to reach all the fuel, especially when the trimmer is on its side. Because if it's too short, the trimmer will work for about a minute before the carb is starved of any fuel and the engine will stop. But it really depends on which way you turn the trimmer to edge with. When I'm edging, I'll turn the trimmer so the fuel cap is higher than the engine. So on this machine, the right side of the trimmer will be facing the ground with the trimmer head to my left. Now, I'm right-handed, so I'm guessing that if you're left-handed, the opposite would be true. In that situation, the filter might need to be on the opposite location as well. Now, the other two fuel lines do not need to extend that far into the tank, but I'd recommend at least an inch or so. It doesn't matter which one, but one of these short fuel lines will go towards this opening in the recoil, and it's for the fuel tank vent. The fuel filter line will then connect to the port on the right side of the carb. That means the short return line goes on the left side. And before we go on, I'd like to loosely install the carb to the engine, that way we can test the fuel flow through the system. So when pressing on the bulb, fuel will come up the filter line and then go through the carb, fill the bulb, and then leave the carb and go back to the tank. So there is fuel flow, however it's slow and I've been pressing it for quite a while. It's not definitive proof, but I think it'd be a good idea to inspect the carb. Poor fuel flow and especially no fuel flow would typically point to the carb as the problem. The fuel lines and fuel filter would also be good items to look at, except we already know about their condition. So on this one, I'm mostly concerned with the metering diaphragm because it helps to control fuel flow through the carb. And what we find is a diaphragm that's lost some of its flexibility. Now this more than likely is the problem, so to deal with it, we'll take it out and replace it. It does still work, but it might not be working as well as it should be. So as you can tell with this one, it's not petrified, but it's more like construction paper at this point than a cotton t-shirt. If yours is like this one, then you might want to consider replacing it too. And with the diaphragm being like this, draining out the fuel system for winter storage could actually hurt it. And if you think your carb is in the same situation as this one, then you might want to leave fuel in it during winter. However, if you do, there are other things that you'll need to do, such as periodic startups and maybe fuel changes to ensure it'll start up next spring. And it looks like the new diaphragm is what it needed because the fuel is flowing at a much better rate now. But if yours is still not working well, you might have to consider getting a new carb. Next, we'll start it up and see how it runs. Well, as you can tell, it's running a whole lot better. Too bad I can't say the same thing for how it cuts. Not sure why consumers buy this style of trimmer head, but we'll see if it cuts any better with new line. And unfortunately, I really won't be able to make too much of a case with the owner. I do have my suspicions on how it was stored and used, but no hard evidence to prove it. Either way, it's working better than ever, and we'll see how long it takes before it comes back again. Hopefully, it's not too soon. So my question is, do you think the owner was being honest about how this trimmer was used and cared for? And remember, there is no right or wrong answer to this one. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate your time here. Please feel free to ask me any questions about this project or about your own projects, and I hope to see you in the next video.